incredible. The best teachers I've ever had in any school I've ever gone to.
I like the class size, I like the price, and I like the chefs.
Came here and it was right. It just felt like this is where I belong.
The networking opportunities, especially here, have just been amazing.
This one just stuck out to me the most as being kind of more independent, not so commercialized.
It's not like normal school where you sit at a desk all the time, which I think, I don't know, I was never that good at regular school. I think that's part of the reason that baking appeals to us is because we're moving around, we're doing stuff, and we're interacting with people all the time.
I feel like I could successfully operate a restaurant now with just the education I've received here.
Came down and took a tour and was very impressed with everything and the personality of the staff and how small the classes are and down to earth everything is, and it blew me away.
I had one-on-one instruction when I needed it. The staff was excellent. They were well trained. They had experience, and they actually cared about the students.
The overall mission was to be able to cook professionally, and OCI definitely did that for me.
I was back in New York and schools out there were too expensive. After checking out this school, it just seemed like the right place. The culture here is good, it's just kind of a nice relaxed vibe, and just really, serious chefs that know what they're doing.
I wish I've done this a long time ago. Can't recommend this place highly enough.
I've always wanted to do like beautiful plating and that sort of thing, and so it's really fun to be like, oh, I can do that. Like, I know how to make something like that looks really extravagant and amazing.
I don't have much of the experience outside of the school in restaurants, but I have the confidence that I can do what they need me to do and what they ask me to do, and do it well and learn quickly. And like I said, I never had that confidence before, and after this very short program, it was amazing. I just feel like I can do anything if I put my mind to it.
When they tell you that they would stick you in a room with any of the students alone and would trust that there's nothing but positive things to be said, it's completely and totally true, and that's so great.
I just didn't know I was going to improve that much.
The way that they treat their students, I never found that anywhere else. These are so far best days of my life, so it sounds really corny, but it's true. I love this place.
I really liked the restaurant idea and that you get to work in there and have real life experience with real customers.
Well, I was a stay-at-home mom actually for 17 years. I needed to do something that I had a little bit of talent in, and there was only really a couple of things, and cooking was one of them. I was taken on a tour and I had lunch, and you know what, it felt right. I was very comfortable, and I just decided that this was the right choice for me.
All the chefs are really knowledgeable about stuff. They have no problem with one-on-one help. They'll stay with you after or even before class.
They make you feel like they want you and not your money here.
Exactly,
like
and that's the best part.
And they want you to learn and want you to be out there producing awesome food for everyone, not just forking over thousands of dollars and walking away with a piece of paper.
I don't feel like any chef is here because it's
because
for any other reason, because they want to teach people the right way.
I was really scared coming into it that there's going to be all these talented people that knew how to bake and all this stuff, and really it was just everyone working together as a team and as a family. I've never been to a school in my 15 years of schooling where every single person here cared about what I was doing when I left, and I thought that was like the greatest thing ever.
There's nothing I hated more than knowing that I had to miss a day.
I'm not scared that I won't be able to pay off my debt. It's definitely manageable compared to any other school that I checked out, and I looked all over the US, so this is the school. Yeah.
So, if you really love cooking, this is the school to be at. There's a lot of great chefs here.
I learned so much more than I thought I could.
I understand.
OCI was probably the smartest thing I've ever done for myself, both like professionally and personally. It just really kind of showed me exactly what it was I wanted to be doing. So after I finished my military career, I looked into the local culinary colleges here in town. Toured this school. The instructor was friendly. They welcomed me in. It was a fast-paced. Everybody was in the kitchen working. It just seemed like a more cohesive unit. It seemed like a more comfortable place to learn.
There were so many times where I was like up till I was here till 11, and then I came back at 11, and then I dreamt about what I was doing the next day. But I guess it just sort of proved that I'm capable of doing things I didn't think I was.
I was an animation student before I was here, you know what I mean? I didn't want to sit in front of a computer all day. I wanted to cook. I guess the first week it was really shaky, but as soon as I put out a dish and everybody tried it and everybody gave positive reinforcement, I kind of
started to build up my confidence, and it really felt right, like within the first couple of weeks. And then I really started to get into it after that.
Yeah, great. I loved it.
The one-on-one attention was great. I heard that other schools have like 75 people in a class, and I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and you get to be in the kitchen every single day, which is great. So you're baking every day, or working food every day.
It's definitely not easy, but the rewards are really great. I mean, I'm shocked at what I can do now to a cake that I had no idea when I first started, or I used to think I could bake, but now by going through the program, I can't even believe what we all can accomplish. Everybody, everyone in our class.
OCI has definitely exceeded my expectations. I was kind of scared that all the chefs would be like mean and yelling at you and stuff, but they're all nice and friendly and care about you, and I've learned a lot, more than I thought I could. I'm way faster and know a lot more than I ever thought I could after being here for just, 10 months.
It feels weird to say and maybe presumptuous to say, but I feel confident to be able to run a restaurant. And I don't, especially me having very little experience compared to my peers, I didn't think I would get to the point where I felt like that.
Having previous experience in the industry, like 7 years or so, I was very nervous that I was wasting my money, but I decided to stick with it, and after a couple months I was really happy that I stayed, and now I'm thrilled, and it's mind-blowing how much I have learned.
Definitely credit OCI with like getting my confidence level up and getting my knife skills going, and like all the basics, like knowing all the basics and everything.
It was efficient. I learned a lot in a short amount of time. I was very well prepared to go into the high-end restaurant business in New York, which was which made me feel even better about it after I got out and realized that I could hold my own in that environment.
The thing I got out of it most was probably teamwork and just straight up kitchen knowledge. Technique more than anything, technique.
I don't think I could have went to a better school.
No, not at all.
It's nice to come here, and everything was so hands-on, because I think that's the only way you can learn this kind of stuff, is really be hands-on.
The culinary management program was probably one of the best decisions I made, because I got the back of the house kind of experience, and I got to learn what that was about. And then really getting to run the front of the house with all these guys was a lot of fun. I think that was probably one of the highlights of this program.
Well, I thought that I was going to have to graduate and get a degree to get a good job, but OCI hooked me up with the most amazing job before I even graduated.
In management class, I found it extremely rewarding. You don't have this kind of background information. If you make it, you've got to be a saint and walk on water someplace, because without these tools, I just don't see anybody doing it.
I have a lot of friends that are going to school and getting bachelor's and associates, and that's awesome, and they're so excited, but they're like, now what? And it's funny because I could go anywhere, essentially, and that makes me really excited. I can move wherever I wanted, and I've got this knowledge and this education, behind me, and it's applicable everywhere. I'm not going to go somewhere and they're not going to have food. Yeah.
You guys always just showed that you cared and you wanted to see us succeed. And I think that's a big part of it, because
support was huge.
Yeah, support. Exactly.
One of the biggest things I learned about food was just how to respect it, like so simply.
I definitely gained a greater appreciation for the actual flavors in food.
To be able to have that transition between not being in a kitchen to going out and getting a job, it's not overwhelming, it's not intimidating now. I'm very confident with my skill level, my strengths and my weaknesses.
Being around this many people who are so passionate about the same thing, and like finding a group of instructors and the people who run the school that everybody is so passionate about what they do.
There's so much talent in the faculty under this roof, and there's so much that they have to offer, and being able to have the opportunity to work with the chefs that I've worked with and learn what I've learned has just been really valuable.
Did a lot of research, including all of US, was willing to travel. Found out that the best school in US was a hometown here in Oregon, here in wonderful Portland, OCI.